Welcome back once again. This is the time where the day has ended, and it has ended well for Bangladesh, with Pakistan dismissed at 274 all out. They batted for 87.1 overs with a couple of 50s from Saim Ayub and captain Shan Masood. And in reply, later on, Pakistan managed to pull off and bat for almost the whole day. It was 2 overs in the end that came to Bangladesh, where they scored the 10 runs. So you could say that the first session belonged to Pakistan, and then there was strong comeback in that second session by Bangladesh, taking 4 wickets for just 84 runs, and then kept that pressure on and got wickets at regular intervals. Salman got a 50. The tail batted with him, and 274 is what Pakistan managed. Hello and welcome to the Pitchside Studio. I'm Sikandar with you, and lots to talk about. How session-wise the game changed, but it's been an exciting day. Remember, the first day got washed out completely, so this is virtually the first day, and 274 is what Pakistan managed after they were asked to bat first. As I mentioned, 3 batters got 50. Babar got a start, 31. He was dismissed. But Mehdi, once again, the value of a spinner on these surfaces, 5 for 61 for him. Taskin, the inclusion in the 11, got 3 for 57. And, of course, Shakib and Nahi, the usual suspects, grabbing 1 each. Well, let's start over here. We usually start with the women on the show, but we'll start with the man on the far side. Pakistan, first session batting, almost batting at 4.5 runs and over with the 2 left-handers, and suddenly things changed. But how did you see that first session and dealing with that new ball?
Well, it was interesting looking at the pitch report. There was a lot of grass left on the wicket. So all the talk with the rain and everything that led up to the start of this match was about how much seam movement was going to actually be present. And Taskin Ahmed, that first over, you suddenly thought, wow, this is going to be hard work for Pakistan. But I thought the way they countered that was excellent. You know, you can't blame Bangladesh for trying to go fuller and a bit more up to the batsman, get the ball swinging, using the facilities. You saw Hassan Mahmood maybe just tried a little bit too hard, got it a bit full. But I thought the way that Shan Masood and came back into the ball, I think there was a lot of singles available. I thought Bangladesh there perhaps could have, put an extra cover in and not allowed the Pakistan batsmen to get off strike in the way that they did. So I thought it was a good counteract from Pakistan batsmen at that stage.
When you look at the progress through the day, I mean, Uruj, I'll bring you in. Come second session, we've seen there's a particular way Bangladesh bowls. They start off with a new ball. If they get a purchase or not, they go to the short ball strategy, and especially they bring in the spinner in early. Mehdi has been brought in early, and it pays off for them. What was so different that you saw from session 1 to 2 that Pakistan started falling apart?
Yeah, I think just continuing on from what Nick said, I thought they were very good with their disciplined bowling for the first half an hour, 45 minutes, which gave them purchase as well. But Saim and Shan, credit to them, they ran extremely well. And then I thought Bangladesh teamers went too fast searching. They tried pretty much on every delivery, tried for that magic delivery and leaked a few runs. The 2 left-handers ran extremely well between the wickets. But when they came out after lunch, it was again disciplined channels of bowling. And to be very honest, and don't take any credit away from Bangladesh, but I thought there were very few batters in that Pakistan lineup who put a price on their wicket. It was almost like, okay, like, you don't want to get out. You don't want to give yourself a chance to get out. If the bowler gets you out of the Jaffa like Abdullah got, you just say, well bowled, and you crack on with it. But it was almost like there was moments of lapses, laziness, not being fully committed to some of the shots. And you can put it down to some questionable shot selection, again, following up from that last innings in that first test. So I just thought Pakistan will have more to look at in terms of how they applied themselves to the bat. In that middle order that you talk about, and everyone got starts. So it wasn't like, so they almost at times threw it away, but take nothing again away from Bangladesh. I thought Miraz was spectacular with the control, pace, and he got nip and turn and bounce on day 1.
Yeah. And when you look at how they performed, that one change, the only one change that Bangladesh brought in from that first test match to second was Taskin Ahmed. Once he was available, it was impossible to leave him out of the 11. And what an over that was. He bowled at Abdullah Shafiq, and finally that delivery that came in, Nick.
Yeah, it was an outstanding over. He just built a lot of pressure, didn't he? There was one there that just bounced and tucked up Syed Shakil, and this one here was caught down on the boundary. Again, a very good catch from Shakib Al-Hassan, but he had a good day in general. I'd say back into the test team. That first over in particular, though, that's something he'll remember because he set up the right-hander so well. He bowled 5 away swingers and then that sharp one that came through the gap, and it was an outstanding bit of fast bowling.
And then you talk about that 5 for 61, Mehdi Hasan Miraz. I mean, he is always contributing either with the ball or with the bat. And today, once again, he answered his captain's call.
Yeah, exceptional. I think he's one of those complete all-rounders. His prominent aspect is his bowling and off-late with the bat. But look at that. Done him with the flight. Saim Ayub decides to have a whack for him. Shahzad probably just trying to hit one out of the park. But fires that one in. He gets a little drift and then the drop on the ball. And he gets the ball to turn and well deserved. He's remembered for a long time also because he happens to be since 2000, I think. He becomes the first visiting spin bowler to pick up 5 wickets. So credit to him, and then to do it on day one on a surface where we were all talking about that green, that tufty grass, that live grass, and the seamers did get the ball to talk, and he comes in and delivers a knockout punch with 5 wickets on day one, and again to wrap up Pakistan and their 10 wickets.
Yeah, a spinner taking 5 wickets in the first inning. Ashley Giles was the last person to do that. Now, before Nick, we let you go, one quick, in a nutshell, how do you see day one? Advantage Bangladesh, or you feel since it's a 4-day test match virtually, 274 is expected, that's fine, because we're already into the visitors batting.
Well, they always say don't judge a wicket until both teams have batted, and I think this is going to be the case in point here. I think arriving this morning with the moisture, the rainfall, we thought it would be a little bit slow. Perhaps didn't expect spin to really come into the game in the way it has. I mean, I just got a statistic here, 39 overs, 6 wickets for 95 runs on day one. That was the effectiveness of the spinners. So curtailing the batsmen, both in terms of run scoring, but also taking wickets. I don't think we expected that. I think Abrar Ahmed could be an interesting selection, but I'd definitely give that to Bangladesh. I think when you win the toss and you bowl, first things first, you've got to bowl the opposition out, and they've done that. So I think they'll be going in the happier of the two camps.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Thank you for joining us. Time for us to take a break. When we come back, we'll have a special guest from the Pakistan camp joining us on the show. Welcome back to the Pitchside Studio, and we're talking about day 2 of the second test match. And on our studio, I've still got Uruj, and next to Uruj is Salman Agha, who's just joined us. Salman, thank you for giving us time. Now, you just finished off an innings 50 plus, but just tell us, we were just talking to each other on the show in our first part. What was so different in that second session that Pakistan lost 4 wickets after probably winning that first session when they batted so well?
I think in the first session they didn't bowl good. Not in like good area. They were not consistent. But in second session, I think they pulled their length up and the spinners bowled as well. They dried the runs, and that's why I think they were good in second session.
No, your number in the batting order is such that you do have to sooner or later bat with the tail. So, of course, you plan accordingly what's going on. Now, what was the plan in the last session, maybe half of that last session? What was your approach? What were you looking for?
When we were 8 wicket down, I wanted to play 4 balls and then take single of like 5th or 6th ball. But on those 4 balls, I wanted to score runs as many as I can. But yeah, obviously, it doesn't work all the time. But still, I think we have very good total. If you see this pitch, we have, I think, enough runs. If we bowl in a good area, there will be a chance we can get them out early.
And take catches.
Yeah, obviously.
4 were dropped by Bangladesh, 1 by Pakistan. You have something to say?
Now, I was just saying, talking to Salman, even just before we went on air, I think he's in that difficult position where A, you got to bat with the tail, and B, you got to then cater to the new ball as well, because it becomes available at that time. So how do you do that? Because since your arrival into Test career, we saw it in the England series as well. How difficult is it to balance? Because you want to, like you said, especially being a first innings, want to score, but then you want to protect the tail enders, because obviously with them batting isn't their strong suit. How do you balance that in your own head? What's your game plan there?
It's not easy, obviously. It's you have to bat, like before you going to the bat, you probably have to bat with a tail. And sometimes you are like you're not even set and you have to bat like 4 balls and all the stuff. But obviously test cricket is not easy. When you have to play for your country, you have to do the difficult things. So I have accepted that I have to do the role, and I'm trying my best to do and trying to score runs as I can.
What about the surface? It looked slightly different because it had a little bit of live grass, looked slightly softer this morning. Did it play different because it looked difficult out there?
Yeah, I think it's there is more than enough for bowlers if you put in the right area. The first test, I think, because of the sun, it dries up. But this one is like they have lively grass, and I think the ball is still carrying. So if you put in the right area, there is more than enough for bowlers.
Now, talking about the surface, and then we see Bangladesh 6 wickets were taken by spinners. How do you see Abrar's role now, along with you, because you will be, bowling in tandem?
I think there is enough for spinners as well, because there is a deviation for spinners as well. And if you put in the right area, there will be help for spinners as well. And Ibrahim's and my role is obviously going to be very, very important, and we will try to do it in a right way.
I know it's a hard break, could have been 10 for 1 or maybe less. Let's see that drop catch. I mean, what is the case out there? I mean, of course, 4 dropped by Bangladesh, 1 by Pakistan, but it will be very, very important to finish the day off and try to get a wicket. This probably could be called regulation. What do you say?
Well, I mean, you got to take them. It's as simple as that. I think probably just maybe slightly behind in terms of the first ball. It was at catchable height. Even Saim next to him had a go. Even I think Salman had a big plunge behind him. But catches, I think, throughout Bangladesh as well. They dropped 4, like you said. This one, even regulation. And in close calls, he said 274, he reckons is enough in a 4-day test match. It makes all the difference. Bangladesh going in with 1 loss, maybe 2 following in the 2 overs, would have made all the difference. Because Pakistan, like he says, now would be the happier camp. Because they've got the runs and they've created chances in the first 2 overs.
Trust me, in slips, there is not an easy catch. There is no easy catch.
It's not an easy catch, but you're standing there for a reason.
Yeah.
But let me bring you back to what you said earlier, that 274 is a good score. So now this is a 4-day test match. Seems like result is possible. 1 innings is already out of the way. How can you cash out on this, and what do you feel Pakistan's situation as of now after day 2?
I think there is more than enough runs if you see the pitch on the board. We just need to put ball in the right area, and there will be enough deviation for fast bowlers and spinners. It's just a matter of putting in the right area. And if we do in the consistent basis, I think there is enough in the wickets, and probably will, if we put in the right area, we will probably get them out where we want.
Are you still being called a part-time spinner?
After bowling 40 hours, I don't call myself part-time bowler.
Brilliant.
One last question before we let you go. The discussion in the 3 days off in the camp after losing that test match by 10 wickets, what was the key factors that you were looking as a team?
I think we were excited, obviously, because we lost 1-0 and we weren't expecting, and people obviously were not expecting. And it's challenging, but we want to come back stronger and won this test match and draw this series 1-1. This is what we were talking about, and this is what we want in this test match.
Well, Salman, good luck to you. Well played today, and we hope that Pakistan fights back tomorrow. You go and rest.
Thank you very much.
And from the pictures on your screen, Bank Alphala presents the Blue World City Test Match. We'll join you tomorrow for day 3, and the coverage starts at 9:10 a.m. So don't forget to join us right here from the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. We'll get you all the action out here. And once again, I'm going to thank Uruj and, of course, Salman once again. And you take care of yourself. We will have a lot of fun, I'm pretty sure, with the ball and bat battle starting day 3.